something new on Benidorm's beach for this summer. An authentic persecution down Benidorm Street at night. The orange and red alert for heat waves in Spain, and the latest events and things to do in Benidorm right now at the end of June. If you want to know slightly more about these latest Benidorm news, then stay tuned up until the end. Let's begin. Welcome back to the channel Benidorm by Anna, and welcome to the latest Benidorm news update. Let's start with the tourism update as usual, where we'll let you know the latest events and things to do in Benidorm town for the upcoming weeks. First of all, as you all might know, the average occupancy right now in all the accommodation options, hotels, apart hotels, is on average around 90%, which means that it's basically fully booked on a lot of the occasions, especially on weekends. There's plenty of people everywhere you go, and definitely feels like a peak summer season. Mostly from Thursday to Sunday, though, which is when it's the busiest, when both Spanish and international tourists are coming here to spend a few days on the sunshine. There's going to be many interesting and important events right now, starting from today already. From 20th to 24th of June, here in Benidorm and La Cala area, especially of Benidorm town, we celebrate Hogueras de San Juan. This is a celebration that is originating from Alicante itself, the area of San Juan, but here it's also widely celebrated. And in some other parts of Spain too, I gotta say. This is basically the traditional entry into the summer, the actual Spanish summer. And during these days, there's going to be like wooden monuments which will be burned to the ground. There's going to be typical Spanish mascleta, like firecrackers. There's going to be fireworks. There's going to be DJ music. There's going to be water fiestas or like white parties, which is when people are all dressed in white. There's like DJ music, food, drinks, and snacks, and overall entertainment for families. And on 23rd of June, which is when it is officially the night of San Juan, we will be celebrating it. And usually there are celebrations in different points of the region. The biggest one, obviously, is in Alicante City. However, the smaller one is at La Cala of Benidorm, La Cala of Finestrat, which is where there's going to be live music. There's going to be DJ. There's going to be activities for children and whole family. And this Sunday, there's going to be water fiesta, like splashy water fiesta at La Cala of Benidorm, La Cala Finestrat. Plus, there's also going to be a live DJ. There's going to be plenty of people on the beach of La Cala Finestrat. It's going to be packed up. There's going to be music. There's going to be a very, very nice atmosphere. Probably there's going to be like a crafts market nearby too, as it usually is every single year. A small fair with some attractions, drinks, and snacks for people of all ages. All the bars, restaurants will be open up until late. And at this night, many people will be going to the beach for a swim on midnight, or at least jump through a couple of waves to bring good luck for this year, 2025. Slightly late because we're mid-year already, but all Spanish traditions for some reason include something that will bring good luck for this whole year. So it's going to be quite a big celebration to all of us. And then on the 24th, usually it's when they burn to the ground all these monuments, once again to bring some good luck. We should have a lot of luck by now when every single celebration includes this type of ritual. Usually and typically it was with bonfires, but nowadays, due to safety reasons and the possibility of spreading the fire, it is not allowed any longer to light up any kind of bonfires. Only in specific areas it is, but here by the beach, it is absolutely not allowed. So plenty of celebrations. Plus, we have the Tapas and Pinchos contest, which will be happening from now until the day 29th of June in Benidorm town. There's going to be plenty of establishments, more than 20 that are registered. You can see them here on the screen, by the way. You can make the screenshot and just have the idea of which ones these are going to be. And this tapas contest will have tapas and pinchos for a price of €3.50 each one of these. And you will be able to choose and vote for your favorite tapa in Benidorm. Afterwards, we also have some more celebrations, which is the 21st of June at 8:30 in the evening. There's going to be a concert of musical bands at Lake Guerra Park, right by the Bristol Hotel and the Town Hall of Benidorm. And there's also the Red Hot Chilinators, which is a tribute to Red Hot Chili Peppers, which is going to be at the Rockstar. And this one will be happening also on 21st of June. Plus, there's plenty of sports events. There's expositions, there's museums, there's theaters. There's so many things happening here in the area, and a lot of them are free of charge. So you will definitely be able to enjoy your holidays if you're looking something more apart from the beach, the water, the sand, and some nature's activities. Let's continue with two main news. One of them is the brand new thing that appeared on Benidorm Beach. This is something that is a brand new project, and hopefully, if it is going to be accepted, widely accepted between the visitors, both tourists and residents, then it might appear also on other beach lines of Benidorm. So far, it is only on the Poniente beach, right by the port of Benidorm, which is, by the way, we have a full video about the port of Benidorm, all the water activities available, all the excursions, prices, routes, anything you should know. We have a full video about it. Just search it in the playlist of Benidorm videos or recommended videos, or just type in Benidorm by Anna, port of Benidorm, and you'll see the full video here available for you guys. So basically, there's a brand new construction, which you can see here on the screen, and this is an installation which has seating areas inside of the water, and there's also like a walkway which allows people with advanced age or those who have mobility difficulties to get safely into the water. I think it is an actually very, very good idea. You know that Benidorm has accessible beach areas. There are several of them on the Levante and on the Poniente beach, and these are like wooden houses with open borders where you could basically go inside. You can sit down if you're coming with a wheelchair or with like a specific mobility scooter. You can sit down there, and there's also like these floating devices and lifeguards who can help you to get into the water in case you need any kind of help. So apart from these, there's this new thing right here, and it is a seating area that obviously has some like material on top of it, which provides natural shade in this area. It's not too big though, but obviously they couldn't put like a huge construction right by the sea. So there's some seating areas there, and the area that can that will help you to grab something and comfortably slowly go into the sea, or just be next to it in case you don't feel like stable with your legs. That might be a huge help. And this is something that Benidorm just put these days, the last 24, 48 hours. So it's brand new, and it's been widely used already amongst tourists and visitors. Let us know if this is something helpful on the beach. And obviously, if there's going to be plenty of people using it, probably, and hopefully they will install something similar where it's possible in specific areas. On the Levante beach, there's rocks. On the Poniente beach, there is none. But on the Levante beach, there are some rocks, and these are extremely slippery. So I do feel like it might be a very, very good safety option for older generations, for those who do not have the balance right, or those who have mobility issues, just to make sure that people do not fall down in the sea on these rocks. So definitely could be a good idea. But I'm glad that Benidorm is evolving once again. Once again, it's showing us that it wants to be inclusive, that it wants to provide the same services to everyone visiting the city. And so far, it is actually quite nice, I gotta say. And this construction will not be a whole year long, because obviously people do not swim a whole year long in the sea. It's going to be only up until 15th of October, and then probably by the new summer season it's going to be installed there back again. And also with strong winds in winter, and storms, it is impossible to maintain it there, because probably it will just be driven into the sea, and that's not good. So only up until 15th of October, but I feel like it's more than enough to enjoy it fully during the peak summer season. Let's continue with the last news that honestly shocked a lot of people, and those who were enjoying the nightlife in Benidorm were absolutely stunned with what they've seen. Remember a year or even more ago, there were some videos, short videos from Benidorm about an authentic persecution, like a movie persecution, of a vehicle that was speeding down the Mediterranean Avenue and almost hit several cars and pedestrians. And it was being chased by the police. Well, here, the same thing happened once again. But this time, it was a rented vehicle, and there were two people inside. Of foreign nationalities. I'm not sure if we can disclose it because obviously there's an investigation, but two people of 35 years old, foreign nationalities, not Spanish, coming from north countries of Africa. We can just say that. And these two people are arrested right now. What happened is that they were being stopped by the police to check out because it was kind of suspicious activity. However, instead of stopping, they went away speeding. So the police started to chase them. And it was happening next to the British zone, next to the British street and like all the nightclubs area. So they started to speed, and police immediately alerted other police officers in the area. So they proceeded to close specific exits of the streets so that they wouldn't be able to leave. And at the end, they were speeding so much that they actually bumped into a traffic sign, which made them stop because the car couldn't go any longer. Or rental service, honestly, the car couldn't drive any longer, so they stopped and they tried to run away, but they were caught eventually. And they had more than 600, almost 700 euros in cash. They've had more than 7,200 pills of like drugs and stuff. They've had satellite mobile phones and regular mobile phones and plenty of things out there like pepper sprays and defense. And now they're caught and they're arrested. But honestly, as the legal world works, I would dare to say that these people will be out in no time. Probably they're just going to pay a fine and they will be out like during the day of today, or maximum tomorrow. Definitely they won't spend a weekend out here. Trust me. That's how sadly everything works out here. But after being arrested and after being caught, I think they will think twice or even more before actually doing something like this back again in Benidorm town. And the sad thing is that for some reason, many people who are running away from something, they end up in Benidorm. And I suppose the main reason is that maybe you have a different idea. But I suppose that the main reason is that Benidorm is an international city. There's people of all different nationalities here. There's so many tourists. So seeing a new face, or it's kind of easy to be a tourist in the city, right? So they people just don't look at them like, oh, this person is shady. No, because there's plenty of people here, there's campsites, there's plenty of places. But eventually all these people are caught, and this surprised many because it's not usual to see these types of persecutions in Benidorm town. It's not the first one, sadly, but hopefully it's going to be the last one. No one got injured, luckily, and it's surprising because it's like the party zone. There's so many people out there, it's bizarre. But I guess seeing police lights and all these people just spread, and it was already to the later hours of the night, so there were not as many people on the streets, which is great. I'm thankful no one got injured, and hopefully no one will try and do the same thing any longer because, well, the study shows that all people who do this eventually are caught, so it doesn't make any sense to do it, right? Hopefully, it was the last case like this in Benidorm town, and people will be able to sleep and enjoy the nightlife quietly without any kind of issues like these happening with cars flying down Benidorm streets. And now let's talk about the weather forecast. As we've updated you yesterday in the latest video from the Levante beach, there are extreme heat waves in Spain right now. Although in our region it's not as severe, we have slightly higher temperatures, but it's not something bizarre and crazy. There are quite bad heat waves in south parts of Spain, and then in some other regions there are orange and red alerts activated up until tomorrow included. So today and still tomorrow, basically almost half of the weekend, it's going to be like this, with more than 40 and 43 degrees real feel in several areas of Spain. Here there is also a heat alert, but it's not as big, it's a minor one, and we'll have around 34 35 real feel on the sunshine, but the temperatures will be of like 31 32 more or less. There's not going to be any kind of rain whatsoever. There's going to be sunshine, sunshine, and sunshine once again. Might be some clouds in some specific parts of the week, but nothing major, trust me. And overall, it's just going to be really hot, authentic summer in our region. And this is also the reason why there are many alerts due to extreme water temperatures inside of the Mediterranean Sea. There's specific areas of Mediterranean Sea around Balearic Islands and our area here near Alicante and Murcia, which is where the sea is 2 or 3 degrees more than it should be, like the sea temperature, which is bizarre and quite dangerous for all the marine life and every like all the ecosystem that is inside of the sea itself. Right now we are already almost at 25 degrees water temperature. It's 24.7 to be exact, which is not normal. And each year it is getting worse and worse. At some points, it's not even refreshing any longer. It just feels like you got into the water, you went out, and you don't feel refreshed with it as it usually happens. So, yeah, this is not a very, very good news. And the sea is really, really warm, warmer than it should be. We'll see how it will evolve, but honestly, I do feel like it's still June and it's already 25 degrees water temperature. So by August, it's going to hit almost 30 if the weather is going to be like it is right now. And it should be even hotter than what we have right now because it's not even official beginning of summer just yet. So imagine what's going to be happening in July and August months. Plenty of sunscreen, hydrate yourselves very well, sun hats, sunglasses, and light natural material clothing to make sure there's no health issues due to extreme weather temperatures out here. Thank you for accompanying us in today's latest Benidorm news update. Wish you a lovely day, great weekend, and great holidays if you are on ones right now. Do not forget that tomorrow, as usual, we will wait you in the evening with a live stream from Benidorm town. And in the morning, you will have a typical video from Benidorm as we usually do. Goodbye.